What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Daniel A. Nelson podcast show. This is the place where we play and talk about the music you love. Today, I'm excited because I got someone that's very dear to me. Uh, and I know usually when I'm on, I always say this is my brother, but this is actually my blood brother. Same mother, same father. I
Right.
have no one other than my brother, Terry Nelson, Bishop R.T. Terry Nelson, Pastor Terry Nelson. Say hello to my audience.
God bless you. Greetings to all of you. Greetings to you, my brother, Minister of Music, Brother Daniel Nelson, and to all of you. God bless all of you on today. So glad to be here with you live on this broadcast.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to have you. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm excited to have you. Today we got an interesting show. Usually we're always talking about the music that people love and get a different perspective. But today we're going to talk about something a little different. We're going to talk about how to build a relationship, better
Mhm.
relationship. Is there a difference between, or is it intertwined with friendship, casual friendships? So we're going to talk
Mhm.
about these things because
Okay.
in this day and there, especially now, it's hard to find a true friend. What do you think?
And man, I agree. I agree. They say true friends are rare. And so if you find one, do your best to hold on to it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, that brings me to my first question. My first question is, how do you build a relationship, or better yet, what attracts you to want to build a relationship with any particular person?
Well, Brother Dan, I believe that to build a relationship, I think communication has to be uh, strong. So I'm gonna put that really at the top. So
Okay.
to build a relationship, I believe that communication is very important. And then I think it's important that we allow the communication to be followed up uh, with fellowship.
Mm,
So so to build a relationship, we need communication. Then we must fellowship, and then I think there must be a reciprocity that has
gotcha.
to develop in building a relationship, because you never want the relationship, and that's why it's a relationship. You never want it to be just one way.
One way. Okay.
Right?
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I wouldn't want it to be one way. So
Yeah.
and then let me say this too. And when we build a relationship, when you communicate and you fellowship with one another, then you can discover, uh, find out a person's personality, and you also can discover the things that you have in common.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That makes a lot of sense.
yeah.
So should you start a relationship because you see potentials in a person that can help you in your endeavors?
Mm. Well, to some, this may sound strange, but I'm gonna say yes. I believe that it's okay uh, to build a relationship or start a relationship with someone whom you see that they have the potential to help you in your endeavors, because I believe that if you do that, and when you find someone like that, I believe that you both are some way somehow heading in the same direction. And so now what I'm saying is that I believe it's okay, because as the relationship builds, you begin to help one another. They helping
Mm,
you with your endeavor, and I just believe if they can help you with your endeavor some way somehow. You both are heading in the same direction. So I do believe that it's okay. And I want to say this too. Thank you for this interview. I want to say this too, that the question may seem strange because you say, well, is it okay for me to seek someone that can help me
right.
with my endeavor? It may sound selfish,
Hmm.
but if they can help me with my endeavor, I believe some way, somehow, I can also help them,
Yeah.
because we also have to realize that really you're only what, maybe one person, two person, or three persons at the most away from where you are trying to go. So
Okay.
when you meet someone that can help you with your endeavor, I believe that I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. That's
hmm
that's good to know because the whole
yeah,
thing is, you know, I do believe in reciprocity. As far as being there for one another, but
yes,
that's the thing that brings me to my next question
uh-huh.
because there are different type of relationships. There's
Uh-oh.
casual friends, work
Right,
friends,
right.
intimate friends,
Mm-hmm.
acquaintance. So how do you feel about casual friends? Now,
Mm.
I got a definition of casual friends, and I'm going to read it to you. It says,
Okay,
friends, casual friends are friends you can connect with when you see them, but you don't necessarily see them regularly.
gotcha, gotcha.
Is that what you consider casual friends? Because look, there's only 24 hours in the day. So
Right.
how do you measure that?
Well,
Would you
I
agree
think
with
that's
that?
good because, brother Dan, because see, watch this here. Casual friends, uh, many times those are the best friendships or the best relationship and or friendship one could have because if you please now I know what you mean by casual, but I want to tie in true friendship because
Okay.
true friendship and it may okay here it is uh, the times that you all may come together may not be often, so it may be considered casual, but
Yeah.
sometimes those are the best friendships because to be clear is that I don't need to see you every day nor talk to you every day to be a true friend and to have a strong relationship.
Mm,
Watch this here. But when we do talk and see each other, it matters. It counts.
okay. Okay.
Uh,
S- Yeah,
yeah,
no, that,
yeah,
that that makes sense. That makes sense because I know there's some casual friends that I have,
right.
and I don't want to take that for granted. So periodically, I would text them just to check on them. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
we don't have to have
yeah.
a long, drawn out text or anything like that. But I'm just checking on you because
Correct, correct.
I I, I hate to have a casual friend, and every time I text you, it seems like I want something. To
That's
me,
right.
that's not healthy. So that brings
Amen.
me to the next thing I was asking about, the work friends. Because here's the thing: some
Mm,
people work 8 hours a day, 9 hours a
correct,
day, and if there's
correct.
any employees, coworkers around them, it seems like they spend more time with their work friends than at
Mm,
home.
mm.
So how does that work out for you? Because the definition of that I came up with is you can have a professional and personal friendship at work. In professional friendships, you're close with your coworker, but you don't know everything about their personal lives. Is that a safe place to keep it?
Um, in my opinion, uh, yes and no. But the yes reason is because it is your workplace
Uh,
and it's safe to keep it on that level because you never want nothing to go left, if you please,
right.
at work,
Yeah.
or you never want anything to go in the wrong direction that will cause your workplace to become dysfunctional more than what it may be more than what it probably is already. But you don't want it to be dysfunctional now because see that's a good thing. So we are friends and we have a relationship good enough for us to work together 8 hours, and it may be more, and it could be a little deeper than that too. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, but because if you notice that it's when friendships are built up and things go haywire, let's say on the workplace, uh, that's when it becomes more damaging to each other. But if
Right.
we just friends and we work, like hey, when the clock rings to get off, then you off. You just get off and you come back, start again
Yeah.
tomorrow. No sweat. But when you begin to build a relationship, that's when people like when people leave the job or they cause others to leave,
Okay.
and now your relationship has just totally disintegrated because
Yeah.
it got built up to a degree that it went more than just the workplace.
So that would be more of an intimate relationship then,
Yeah, yeah. When you get
because
intimate, what I'm trying to say, not to beat around the subject. What I'm trying to say, we have to be prayerful in the workplace, or careful in the workplace, so that it does not destroy our workplace. Because
okay.
because because we have we have become more than just friends, or co-worker friends.
So
You
let me
know.
ask you this question.
Yes, sir.
So let me ask you this question. I mean to cut you off.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So if the friendship become intimate, what I
Uh
mean
huh.
by, I'm not even talking on a sexual relationship.
I hear you.
I'm just talking about intimate to where you feel like you can tell the deepest secret. You think that's a bad thing to build a relationship with a coworker
Mm,
in that capacity? Let's just say, how people will say, "Oh, we're going out for drinks, whether it be
correct.
coffee, wine, whatever,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
you know," and they build a relationship like that. Do you
Well,
think?
most. No, I shouldn't say most people. I don't know what the percentage is, but that happens more often. More often, that where how
Right,
people just, because that's where you are. Like you said earlier, that's where you are 8 hours a day, and so I know that it happens. Uh, Often. It happens. It happens often. Because I have experienced that. We become close with our coworkers,
yeah,
and now it goes from just coworkers to more intimate,
right,
because now they get to know you, they get to know your family.
yeah,
You could know you're close, and so now, and again, that could be a good thing. It's just that I have witnessed that when it does go left, or if it goes left or go haywire, it just causes a big uproar in the workplace.
right, right,
You know what I mean? And it's around. So it's just something that we have to be
yeah.
careful about. So brother, then to answer the question, is it necessarily a bad thing? Eh, I'm gonna say that not always.
Not always. Okay,
It's not always.
okay,
It's not always, because it could be a good thing, because that's how relationships are built.
right, right,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Now, now, look to my audience. I'm gonna get a little personal because I think my mama taught us this. There's this thing that's called acquaintance. All
Mm,
right, and mama
mm,
will always tell us, you're gonna always have acquaintances, and
mm,
these are the people you meet a few
mm,
times, but you
mm-hmm.
probably haven't had a deep conversation with them.
Right,
Um, is it safe to say, you know, I'm gonna tell everybody that the secret's already out. You pastor church,
right,
and there's so many people in the congregation, your level of relationship with them is different.
correct,
Even though because you have a bunch of people there.
correct.
So is it okay, or how can I put this? Um, because you don't deal with everybody on a certain level, is it okay to consider them acquaintance, but yet they consider you more than acquaintance?
Yeah, then that is a very loaded question, and or statement. Is very broad when you mention things about acquaintance, especially in the line of work that we're in,
Right.
because what we have to be careful about. Well, I'm saying on both levels. I'm saying on both levels, because
Okay.
when I say it, you see what I'm saying. But especially on my level, there is a level of respect,
Right.
and a level of privacy, where I always can be a help to you. So it's not like, that's good. See, so it's not like I have acquaintances all the time, because I'm trying to necessarily hide something or keep something. Maybe I'm trying to keep some things back from you, but it's not on purpose.
Yeah.
The thing is that I always want to be in a position to help you at all times. So there is a difference between acquaintance, and I have to keep them. Now, we don't want to use the word, or let me like to say, we may not use the word acquaintance when it comes to the line of work that I'm in. However, though, it does line up with your question.
Yeah.
So excuse me if I say brother or sister,
Yeah.
or or a member, if you please.
Right.
And so on that level, I'm not. I don't draw them close enough. Oh, put it like this here: I have them close enough so that I could reach them or help them, but far enough away where they don't lose respect
Yeah.
for what we're trying to accomplish here. Because yeah, how people are, they get too close to you. They think, oh, you can't tell me nothing. I know you and this
Right.
and that. And da, da, da. So
Yeah.
so if I'm answering or if I'm making a statement that's clear, not trying to be hypocritical,
Yeah.
but it's always I want to be in a position where I could help you and vice versa maybe, and you could help me, you know what I mean? And
Right.
so
Yeah.
but then as okay, then there's also a level of confidentiality even with acquaintances.
Right.
So I may be an acquaintance to you, but you may see me more than that. But just know that if you share something with me, I have to put it in a level of put it in the category as being confidential anyway, so that
Yeah.
I can help you. You know. So
Okay.
yes, there are acquaintances, and then there are people who are closer, and then there are people who are closer than that.
Okay. See, that brings me to my next
So,
question and part of my statement, because you have known, I have known of people that we consider close,
amen.
but yet uh, they doesn't they don't reciprocate the same feeling, or vice versa. You know,
Yeah,
uh, how do we deal with that? Do we just accept it, or because like Mama would say, Mama always said, "Look, that might be your best friend, but that friend that you consider your best friend may not be your best friend."
that's true. That's
So,
true.
so, how do we handle that? Do we just accept it and roll with it? Because there are times where we can tell someone else something, like when we talked about the intimate friendship, we could tell someone else that, but because we feel they're close to us, but we don't want them to go tell, Billy Bob down the street. So,
Mm.
so how do we handle that?
Yeah, because and that's when relationships, friendships are really tested, and back to the level of confidentiality. When it comes to that. But how do we handle that? That's a good question. How do you handle that? Sometimes some things we have to release. We have to let it go
Okay.
because not it can stress you out.
All
But
right.
the thing is though, but then what I discovered is because sometimes you can think that you have a good friendship. Matter of fact, what I witnessed is this. Sometimes I think that my friendship or relationships with certain people are so strong, and then what what breaks the relationship down or what tears us down, my thought pattern is I just thought that we were
Better than
closer than that.
that. Yeah.
And so now it hurts that
Yeah.
that you allow whatever it is
Yeah.
to break down our friendship, our relationship, because
Yeah.
I thought that we could overcome anything because we have overcome so much before. So
Right.
so now I guess there's an underlying thing in relationships like, okay, now what is it for real that cause our relationship to disintegrate?
Yeah.
Because when you deal with relationships and true friends, if there's something, you put it out on the table, and then true friends will say, "But then you know what? Watch this. Even if I don't agree with you, but if it offended you and it caused you to feel some kind of way in our relationship because you're so dear to me, I'll say, brother Dan, you know what, man? I know this offended you. Watch this here, and I'm not trying to figure. When I say figure it out, when I say figure it out, I mean don't come at a person and say, well, you're this, that, and the other. No, what you said to me, I respect what you said, and I'm asking you to forgive me for that.
Right.
Whether whether I think you shouldn't have been bothered by it or not,
Right.
because our friendship, uh, I thought means more than that. But see, the
Yeah.
thing is, and I hope I'm not, hope I'm trying to hit something on here. We're living now where this is where you got to be very, very careful as friends. I'm talking about relationship. Think about it. Some relationships are worth reconciling. And so if
Right.
I come to you, but people see, people would rather leave the friendship than
Yeah.
reconcile.
Right.
People just rather say screw you,
Yeah.
and then I know days go by where they think about what they done, like okay, and
Yeah.
then now sometimes there's no return, is there's no return.
Yeah.
But I think that people, I think we all need to learn how to at least try to reconcile first versus just walking away from it. But
Yeah.
people would rather do that. So anyway,
Yeah. Well, no, that's good. That's good. Because here's the thing, I mean, I think we've both been there where we had people, that we felt close to. And all of a sudden, the next time you talk to them, some just switch just like that. You're like, saying,
correct,
what happened? You can feel a certain vibe that's just not even
correct,
right. It's like,
correct,
what's going on with that? And then,
correct,
fast forward to what just took place, with this election thing, and I don't want to harp on it, but
right.
it never ceased to amaze me about how two people that most of us don't know on a personal basis has caused so many families to
Mm-hmm.
divide.
Correct.
And you wonder, wow, how deep was this relationship between blood brothers and sisters or mothers and fathers? You know, that baffles me.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't have the answer, but I think it's sad that we in that situation. And that's the
Yeah.
reason why we're even having this conversation about relationships, because there are a lot of relationships that do need to be reconciled. But that
Amen.
brings me that brings me to we talked about the close friends,
Yes, sir.
but let's talk about the activity friends.
Hmm.
And those are the friends that you do special activities with, like, your book club, you go to
Okay.
the gym and things of that nature. How do you carve time out for stuff like that? Because I know there's only 24 hours in a day. Some people are married. Some people got other things going on. How do you carve time out? Or do you set aside a day? Or how would you approach that to hang with your activity friends?
Well, see, that's good because when it comes to activity friends, of course, it's obvious. It's obvious that it's some type of activity that you like to do. So let's just say, for instance, if you have a workout buddy and your workout days is Tuesday.
Uh,
Uh, so when I say carve it out, that was kind of easy when there. So you set out, you set aside Tuesday for your workout, and
okay.
that's when you call Brother Dan. Say, Dan, this is the day we usually go work
Right.
out. I was still on today, okay? So now we build our relationship uh on that day. Matter of fact, sometimes it gets so good until your significant other or those that are around you that know that you usually do that on Tuesday. If that's the day. So those are
Right.
activity friends. Um, but now this is not. I mean, I want to solidify what I'm saying. Now this ain't got nothing to do with activities. But watch this here. I'm gonna say something. My family, my wife, some of even my church members, people who I'm close with, if they say, hey, Rev, can you come do a breakfast for me at 8:30 in the morning? And I've heard this happen, Brother Dan. Some people say, oh, that's right. No, you can't come at 8:30 because you usually get your hair cut every Saturday at 8 o'clock.
Right.
Now, what I'm trying, that ain't got to do with workout, but they know.
Right.
I mean, my barber, we're friends, but
Right. Yeah.
that could be a friendship. We're
Yeah.
friends, but there it is. He cuts my hair. I pay him. We talk about everything, and that's
Right.
it. I don't see him
Yeah.
until next week. So that
Yeah.
kind of goes back to the first question, the second question that we were talking about. But
Yeah.
anyway, what I'm saying, but let's just say if it was activity, it would be an activity friend that we've been doing it so long until people are around us, some people that are close to us, know that we have that activity on
Yeah.
Saturday at 8 o'clock in the morning, and they don't bother you then. y-
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
so
Because here's the thing. You know, uh, there are times where now this is just me. I feel this way, and I hope I don't get in trouble.
Uh-huh.
But I'm go ahead and say it. Like there are times where, since the job that my wife works on, and they can talk that job talk better than I can understand it most of the time. So there are times
Right.
where either a girl might call or even a guy might call.
Mm.
Um, and they're talking, whatever they're talking about,
Right.
and then they might have just an off phone conversation. Is that a safe space still to consider like a fun friend, or does the person need like, oh, you keep your job at your job, don't bring it here,
Hmm.
because let's
Well,
just face it,
mm,
you know everybody knows I'm into music, and there's
right.
some things that I cannot really discuss. I have music friends that's closer. So is that a safe space though? I mean they're not on the
Well,
phone talking, trying to
correct.
hide or whatever. But I'm just saying,
Yeah, yeah,
as far
yeah,
as
yeah. Well, see, the thing, my answer to that is I just ponder it. I think it's a safe space, but I think it should not be abused.
gotcha,
Now, the reason I'm saying that because if when it's abused, then it's absorbing time from your family or friend because it's like their time is up. Your time
right,
is it, but now so periodically periodically like periodically your guys from your groups said, Dan, man, matter of fact, could be after the show you get home,
right,
man, that show last night was this that and the other.
right,
And then because your spouse be like, damn honey, I mean not but you just left these guys, and they
right,
calling back already,
yeah,
but sometimes they have to call, or you may have to even call them as a man. What was that, man? We was been an
right,
eight man, and then they helped me start the thing off, and just was I jacked up, but did I mess it up, man?
yeah,
So what I'm trying to say, the answer, my opinion is that it's a safe space, but don't abuse it because it can absorb time from your family,
gotcha,
your kids. In
gotcha,
other words, move on to something else.
right,
Uh,
gotcha,
give you a good example. It'd be like me teaching on Wednesday, and then somebody called me Wednesday night when I get home, want me to rehash the whole message.
right,
What did you do? I'm at home, and my wife is like, well,
yeah. What are you doing?
why? And it could be male or female. Why are
Right,
they calling you now? It's like, then
right,
you're at home now.
yeah,
And it's a safe space. But I guess I'm saying
yeah. You
just
got to
be.
put a
Yeah, I got
limit
to put
to
in
it.
perspective. Yeah,
Yeah, put a
limit to
limit
it.
to it.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
no, no, no. That's
Yeah,
cool because
yeah,
I mean
yeah.
that question was asked to me, and I don't feel threatened or anything like that.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
like
I hear
saying,
you. Yeah,
some people are
right.
just
Yeah, yeah.
weird about it.
Correct.
But that brings me to my
Agreed.
next question, because I know we talk about relationship and friendship, and
Right.
I know we said that there are times where we can reconcile friendships, but
Yeah.
when do you think, or how do you know that the friendship has ran its course?
Matter of fact, when it's unreconcilable because it takes two to reconcile. Good question.
Right.
So okay, so and at that time, it may have ran its course because there are seasons, and so
Yeah.
that person, that friendship, hopefully and prayerfully, watch this here, met that need for that particular time.
Gotcha.
You know,
Right.
just perhaps maybe so,
Yeah. Like my
and
college buddies.
yeah, I mean, and then if it's a real uh, breakdown in friendship,
Yeah.
uh, it ran its course because like now, okay, we're no longer connected, and what we
Yeah.
disagreed on, it's not coming. But hey, if we tried and it didn't work, it ran its course. But hey, hopefully it was good while it lasted, and
Right.
so
Yeah.
uh-huh.
Okay. All right. I'm not gonna keep you too long, brother.
No,
But
it's okay.
but I
I'm
just want
done.
to ask you. I want to ask you
Yeah,
a couple of more questions, and
sure.
because here's the thing. We talked about building a relationship and things of this nature. when do you think there's a safe space to start telling personal business, or
Mm,
should you just drop a small little nugget and see if they're trustworthy not to tell your business?
mm.
You know, is it
When?
like a 6 months or a year,
Good good
or
question.
there a time limit on there, or
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I think your spirit has to bear witness, and I'm trying to get deep because
right?
it
No,
the time could vary. It's almost
mm,
like it's like an unction or a feeling, you know.
yeah,
And then and then you don't do this. You don't do this. And I may be saying this wrong, but you don't do it intentionally to see.
right,
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see if Daniel really my friend. Let me
right,
just tell him, that I got another kid or something. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And then
right,
and see if it gets out. Don't do that, because it
right,
may. So not that you would do that, but I'm just saying that as you build your relationship,
uh,
uh, there are things that you might share with them. Matter of fact, there it is. You may share it with them because you feel like, okay, we're building a relationship, and sometimes you don't. Your thought pattern is not to test them, but you did it just out of friendship. You kind of
right.
did it. What's my word? Not voluntarily.
Involuntarily,
Involuntary.
yeah,
When they didn't ask you to,
yeah,
you just did it, right? Yeah, okay,
right,
you just shared it with them.
yeah,
Okay, so you stop right there. Your conscience tell you, okay, you stop right there, just a little something, and
yeah,
then watch this here. Be prayerful of this. Catch yourself. Well, man. Every time we get together, I'm always telling him about my family, but he never tells me about his.
right,
In
yeah,
other words, like, okay, I mean, so if I come and say, well, I have two children, da 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 da, whatever, and then like if you don't volunteer it, okay, that means you don't want me to know. That's what people say. Well, you never say anything. So now I need to
right,
ask you, oh, how many? What? Well, because now we building a relationship, see. And so now, if that other individual cares not to share, asking children, that might be a little too weak. I mean, I don't know how deep
yeah,
you want to go with that, but in
yeah,
other words, if the other person's not willing to share with you, is what I'm saying, then
right,
that might be a light may go on. Say, wait a
yeah,
minute, now I share with you because I thought we was building a
right.
relationship, but
Man, yeah, okay,
you don't say
that's pretty
nothing to
good.
me.
That's pretty good.
Um, so yeah, so I think but on to answer your question, sir, about the time though, or when,
Right,
6 months,
gotcha.
a week. I don't have the answer for the
You
time.
get a feel for it.
Uh, but you'll get a
All
feel
right.
for it as you go on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
as
because
you
here's the
begin to
thing. I
build a
mean,
relationship.
I know we read in our Bibles,
So
Jesus had
so
12, then he had his inner circle, you know, and then
mhm.
even one disciple,
Yeah,
Jesus never
yeah,
called him that, but John always said, you know, Jesus' favorite beloved disciple, he gave his own title. So let me ask you this.
that's right,
Okay, how do you know,
right.
uh, it's safe per se? Maybe I'm asking, maybe I've been redundant on that, but I'm just saying because again, Jesus had
Mhm.
12, but he took three up to the mountain. But then when you read John, he always writing about, this is Jesus' beloved
Correct.
disciple, John, who laid at the bosom, all this type of stuff. How do
Mhm.
you navigate stuff like that as
Right.
far as, because bottom line is, even with our children, we treat our children differently. You know, we 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 both have children, and I won't say
Correct.
their names,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you might
Some.
treat one of your sons a little
Hmm.
different, but because that person needs it,
Yeah.
more than the other person. So how do you navigate that to let them know that
That's
even
right.
though
That's right.
your love is still all the same, but this person needs this more than the other. I mean, it's almost like Joseph in the Bible. Well, Joseph, well, I take that back. Jacob really loved Joseph, but anyway,
Yeah. 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 Well, like, how do you really know? Like, say, okay, um, so you mentioned Jesus. He has disciples. He had 12.
right,
He appointed 72 at one time. Says that, then he got
yeah,
12. Then and out of 12, he had the inner circle, those that was really, really close to him. And so Jesus actually gave us a good example. How did he know? Well, those that will go into battle with you and you don't have to worry about no friendly fire, those that will be with you through, like through real thick and thin. Back to another statement I was saying, those that will be with you. See, even when you're wrong,
Right. Yeah.
they will let you know you're wrong and still be your friend. You see what I'm saying? Uh, they won't, and they won't turn their back on you for someone for someone
Yeah.
else's situation because they're your
Yeah.
they're your friend. You have built a relationship, to that degree. So you'll know, like we say things, a lot of
Yeah.
slogans.
Right.
Gonna be with you until the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be with you four flats and all this kind of stuff. Well, you
Right.
say those things, but you don't think those days will come.
Yeah.
See, you say these things, but what about when these things really happen? So now I got four flats. I'm gonna be with you until four flats. Now what we gonna do? I got four flats. So instead of you staying with me till the tow truck come to get me up on the tow bed and to get me to the
Right.
wrecking yard where I can be restored, you rather you rather leave. But
Right.
in many cases, you probably have stayed with them when they had four flats. So now I'm in trouble. So how do you know? Those are the ones that you'll know
Yeah.
that when trouble really rise in your life,
Yeah.
they'll still
Yeah.
say, you know what, that's my guy, that's my friend.
Okay.
Hey, I gotta stick in there with him.
Yeah.
Jesus'
Yeah.
inner
Peter, James,
circle,
John.
what Peter, James, and John, all of them. Peter is really one of just the out of sight example. Many people want to think that.
Right.
See, Peter denied Jesus. He
Right.
denied him three
Right.
times, but he really didn't
Yeah.
betray him.
Big
Judas
difference.
betrayed him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And Jesus told Peter
Yep.
that Satan desires to sift him.
Wait, I lost your audio. Wait, I lost your audio. Can you hear me? Said lost your audio. Hold on. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I lost your audio. Yeah. Yeah. If you can't restate that,
I'm sorry. What I'm
uh,
saying is that I believe that Jesus loved Peter. Yeah, Peter loved me, and I believe Peter really loved Jesus. And I'm saying something here
right,
that Peter did not
right,
betray Jesus.
right.
He denied Jesus. He
Yeah.
did not betray him. Judas betrayed him.
There's a big difference.
See,
There's a big
and
difference. Yeah.
there is a difference. There's a difference. There's a difference. There's a big difference.
Yeah.
He didn't be he didn't betray him. He denied him. And there's it's we can deny some of our good friends depending on
Yeah.
how heated it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know. And then, but after we deny, we running back like, oh man, you
Right.
know what I mean? And like,
Right.
please forgive me, have mercy. You're like, why you deny me, man? We've been together. But what I'm trying to say is simply is this, that you'll know, my fact,
Right.
you'll know
Because
even by the fruit that they bear
right.
if they're really your true friend,
Yeah.
and
Because I
and,
was gonna
and,
say,
and, and vice versa
I
too,
mean,
and
there's
vice
been
versa.
times where,
Yeah.
as
See,
Mama used to say, you'll see your brother, your sister, your friend, whatever, they could be acting up, and they say, "Is that your friend?" You point to them, yeah, yeah, yeah. The one that's drunk, is
right?
rolling
Yeah.
on the
Right.
floor. Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
friend right there.
Yeah. That's
I
him.
can talk about them, but you
Yeah.
cannot talk about them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's him.
yeah,
That's him. That's him. But you can't. Exactly. Yeah. But but then this is, I don't know how long this is going, but this is really, really good stuff because see,
yeah,
and this for depending on what end you're on of the friendship, hear me real good. Uh, Sometimes you may be in a
Yeah.
situation where your friendship goes sour, goes left. And the problem that I struggle with is that I hate to be in a relationship with someone, and I don't know why it bothers me so much, but and I really
Yeah.
honestly
Right.
don't know when or where it went wrong. I just and so what I beg and beseech for is for the individual
Right.
to tell me where did I go wrong, and 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 if we decide to keep it, like it is, as and the relationship disintegrates,
Yeah.
it would hurt my feelings, but at least I know where I went wrong. In other words, because what I'm literally saying on this podcast today is that in friendships, always keep in
Right.
mind now, don't always think it's the other person because it might be you. And if it's me, tell me, just tell me where it went wrong. Nelson, you went wrong when
Right.
you did this. And sometimes it may even
Yeah.
shock you. You may be like, dang, this. Well, you know what? Forgive me because I
Yeah.
didn't mean
Yeah.
to. I mean, forgive me. You know what I'm saying? And then we can take it from there. I'll leave. I'll take the bullet. Like, okay, dang, if that
Right.
I
Right.
just I
Yeah.
may say to myself, man,
Man,
if
well,
that messed you
brother,
up,
I
wow.
appreciate you
But
taking your
okay.
some time out
So
to
anyway,
do this, and like I said, I agree with you wholehearted on this
thank you,
one
sir.
because we're gonna be offended,
Thank,
and offense
thank
will
you. I
come.
appreciate it.
But how do we reconcile this whole thing? And and right now,
That's
a
right.
lot of people are in
How do
desperate
we
need
how
of
do
a
we work
true
it out?
friend with all the stuff that's going on right now. And and then it's imperative that
Okay,
we show love and
you're right.
spread
You're
love,
right.
you know, and try to reconcile where we are in life, you know,
I like
because a
that.
true friend sticks closer than a
I
brother,
like that.
So,
I
man,
like
I
that.
appreciate you
Yeah,
so
yeah.
much. Look,
Correct. Correct. Correct.
okay,
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. Then let me close with this. Let me say this too. Well, I tell you, you got me going. Uh,
right,
Watch this here. Give, give, and it shall be given. So if you want a
mm,
friend, then try
right,
being a friend first. Okay. So give
right,
friendship, and you'll receive friendship. And it may not come from the person, because sometimes we're knocking down this person's door because we want them to be our friend so
yeah,
bad. I don't know why we're like that.
right,
Yeah, and so you have a
yeah,
guy here that's trying
right,
to be your friend for real. You don't want him, and I want
right,
this one. Hey, but if he's giving you friendship, I'm talking about for real now. I'm talking for real. He's giving you friendship, then you give it,
yeah,
you give it back, and now you're building a friend. So
man,
if you want a
brother.
friend,
I know you
yeah,
got so
yeah,
many things
try
going
being
on,
a
but we're gonna
friend
have to do
first.
this
That's
again.
all I want to say.
This is gonna
Yeah,
have to be a part two,
yeah,
man. I really
yes,
enjoyed
sir.
this. Everybody,
Okay,
give it up for my brother
okay,
Bishop R.T. Terry
I
Nelson.
did too.
That's my blood brother, y'all. Y'all give it up.
All right,
All right, bless you, man, and we'll be talking soon.
thank you, brother
All right,
Dan. Bless you, man.
yes, sir.
Thank you so much. All right, all right. We look forward to it. God bless you now.